But we've had a good spring. We've improved in a lot of areas. I think the one area we've improved in the most is our ability to relate with each other, our ability to care about each other, our ability to push each other, our ability to compete. And we're starting to understand what it means to be able to do that at a championship level. It's been good to see with all the new coaches, all the new faces, and the guys coming back off an injury, guys pushing through different things. Spring practice is a time of you're advancing yourself individually, but it's also a time of molding a team. And I've been very, very pleased with that.
I'm here to introduce the Eddie Crowder Award of Outstanding Leadership. Eddie Crowder, former CU head coach for 11 seasons and athletic director for 20. He brought CU to new heights, accumulated in 1971 by a 10-2 record, highlighted by road wins at Louisiana State and Ohio State, both in the top 10, and a #3 finish in the polls. CU's highest, and at the time, and the only occasion in college football history, the same conference had the top 3 teams in the final poll: Nebraska, Oklahoma, and CU. He's a member of Colorado's Sports Hall of Fame. And the winners go to Rick Gamboa and Josh Kaiser. Which one's Rick?
All right, I'm here to present the Fred Casati Award for the most improved offensive back, running back, quarterback category. Fred Casati, he was an athletic department employee with the longest tenure, some 50 years. Dave Platt is on his tail though. Where is he at? Where's Dave? You're on his tail, right? 50 years. It's a long time being employed by one school. Okay, starting as a sports information director, then as the associate AD, and finally the school's historian. He's a member of 2 Hall of Fames. Fred Casati was a guy that, when I got here, he embraced me with open arms. He's a really funny guy. He called me the general. And the first thing out of his mouth was, he said to me, "You're a quarterback?" I'm like, "Yeah, I'm a quarterback." He goes, "You're fat as hell. You need to lose some weight." And I went on to lose weight right away. But Fred was a great guy. The guy who won this award, if he listens and he continues to improve, he continues to stay focused, this guy is going to be a really special player. And I think everybody in our program can see it as well. The winner of this award, the Fred Casati Award, is Alex Fontenot.
It's awesome to see so many former teammates and former coaches. Coach Cabral, I remember being 16 years old and you sitting in my living room and showing me your Super Bowl ring, the Chicago Bears. And I don't remember a lot of things, but I remember that one. Also, it's good seeing Hale Irwin here, Kyle Smith, TJ Cunningham, Nate Wright, a lot of former players that I played with, a lot of battles on Folsom. I'm glad you guys came back, so it's good to see you. I'm presenting the Dan Stavely Award, or Stavely Award, excuse me, for most improved offensive skill player. Coach Stavely was a longtime freshman coach and football team academic advisor. This year, winner goes to a player that I've been watching since he was a sophomore in high school. When I was coaching down in Texas, I used to go by his school and watch him play and watch a lot of film on him, and then recruit him as a junior, then recruited him as a senior. Actually recruited him and his teammate. I remember when we signed him, when I'd get in a room with him and start watching film with him, he wouldn't really say a lot. You know, he wouldn't talk, and I would coach him and talk to him, and then you coach him harder, and he won't say anything. And then he gets on the field and he just does things naturally, and he really retains the information. But when you first meet him, you don't think that you're getting through to him. And this kid has a huge future. He's a great young man that works really, really hard. This year's winner goes to LaVisca Chenault Jr. It's a little bright in here. It's a little bright in here, so I guess he's got his glasses on. It's a little bright today.
Presenting the Joe Romig Award for the most improved offensive lineman. And most people know Joe Romig was a 2-time All-American guard here at the University of Colorado in 1960 and 1961, and is also a member of the College Football Hall of Fame. was an excellent player. So obviously this award, it's going to go to 2 people this year, and there's a lot of guys in that group that are working really hard, and I'm proud of them and the effort that they're putting in, and the way that they're working on technique and really focusing on it and attacking practice. And the co-winners of this award this year are Aaron Hagler and Brett Tons.
I'm presenting the Hale Irwin Award for the most improved defensive back. Hale Irwin was an all-conference performer in football and golf, but an All-American in golf. He played professionally, winning 3 U.S. Opens, and is the all-time winner on the Champions Tour. A member of the World Golf Hall of Fame and the Colorado Sports Hall of Fame as well. The young man that's getting this award has had an unbelievable spring practice, and I think you're going to see a lot from him. He's going to do a lot of great things, and his name is Chris Miller.
Great to have everybody here, especially the former players. That's awesome. And I'm going to present today the Greg Biekert Award for the most improved linebacker. Greg was a 2-time All-Big 8 performer. He was a semifinalist for the Butkus Award. And guys, backers, listen to this. One of just 2 players to lead the team in tackles 3 straight seasons. He went on to have a decade-long career in the NFL. The winner of this in our group is a young man who overcame some slight injury issues toward the end of the year, and we really didn't understand that. We didn't understand the pain that he was going through, and to be honest with you, we were really questioning him at the end of the year. But what he's shown this spring, man, he's got a bright future with us, and we're very, very excited about this young man and what he's going to do for us this season. The winner, Akeel Jones.
This next award is a new award that we are honoring a man who's given basically his lifetime to the University of Colorado. And he also feels like the University of Colorado has given him a life in a lot of ways. And so I want to talk a little bit about him. I've gotten to know Ron Scott since I've gotten here. Ron Scott started in the defensive tackle for us for 3 years. How many bowl games did you play in, Ron? Just one, and I was at that game. Literally, how old was I? 2. And that's a true story. My dad coached at the University of Miami, and they played at the University of Miami, and my mom and them took us to the game. So I saw you play. You played great, by the way, I remember. So he's a true Buff, but the thing that I've loved about Ron is he has a true heart. He really cares about people. He cares about everybody that comes in contact with Ron. Can't really explain to you, but he makes you feel special. And there's not a lot of people that do that in life. And to me, that's because he's so humble and he's so gracious. But the real reason is Ann. She's always behind him. She's always with him. They're a true couple that represents true love, that represents what we all want to aspire to be with our wives and families. And so we're going to honor Ron with the Most Improved Defensive Lineman Award. And I would like for you guys to give Ron Scott for what all he's done. And the other thing is, the last 2 years he's been battling cancer, and he's kicking it. And we really appreciate it. So I would like for you to give a standing ovation to Ron Scott.
Here to present the Ron Scott Award. Ron Scott first arrived in Boulder as a member of the Eddie Crowder's first freshman football team in 1963. He was a 3-year starter for the Buffs at middle guard on the teams that won a combined of 22, 7, and 2 during his years of eligibility, and racked up a career total of 166 tackles, including a career-high junior season of 73. A team captain as a senior in 1967, he helped lead the Buffaloes to a 9-2 record with a 31-21 victory over the Miami Hurricanes in the Blue Bonnet Bowl. He graduated with a degree in business marketing in 1968. In 2010, Scott returned to Boulder, where he was named Director of Development for Athletics, as well as the Executive Director of Alumni C Club and CU's letter-winning organization. Ron continues to be a great asset to both CU Athletics and the University of Colorado. I have the privilege of presenting this year's Ron Scott Award winner to Chris Mulamba.
This means so much. I know Scott McMichael and Brian McGinnis and the coach put this together, and they sat down and they hoodwinked me thinking we're going to have another meeting, and shared that they were going to start this award. I came in here, and at that time you couldn't play as a freshman, and so you had 3 years of eligibility. So I went through that red shirt year, and I'm expressing this to all of the red shirts particularly, that how difficult that year was, that is for you and was for me. And then I came out of that red shirt year, and I was still a slack. I still wasn't any good, and I was down on the depth chart. I was playing tackle, and an assistant coach, we had somebody get hurt, grabbed me and shoved me in and said, go in there and play that position. And it was middle guard. Now, come here. Yeah, right. You played middle guard? No way. You know, look at this. Come on. Get those things up there. I was a little bit heavier then, but I'm not a lot heavier. But just having that little break, that one day at spring ball, it was during the spring, and I went from the next day on the depth chart, I went from like 4th string tackle to starting middle guard. Same guy, same everything, but it just changed my life. And I started, I had a 3-year starter from that point on. Started that spring game. They didn't have anybody else to put in the position. The reason I say that is just how much of it is right here and how you feel about yourself. And to be recognized, this is a very special thing to me. Thank you very much.
It's my pleasure to present the Bill McCartney Award for the Most Improved Special Teams Player. Bill McCartney was CU's all-time winningest football coach. In 1989, he was the National Coach of the Year and led CU to the 1990 National Championship, which I remember I was in 2nd grade. I had CU #1 etched in the back of my head. It's my privilege really to give this award to JT Bale. He's improved in every aspect of his long snapping and done everything that we've asked him to do to improve. So congratulations, JT Bale.
I'm presenting the John Wooten Award for outstanding work ethic. John Wooten was a 3-year starter here. He's in the College Football Hall of Fame. For some of the people that have been around a little bit, he was one of the real solid offensive linemen, blockers for Jim Brown in the early 60s with the Cleveland Browns. This year's winner is a guy that's a no-nonsense, hard-working, outstanding student, and he's going to be an outstanding, really good player here at the University of Colorado, and that's Colby Purcell.
All right, the award that I'm going to present is the Dick Anderson Award for the outstanding toughness. Dick Anderson was an All-American safety in the mid-'60s. He went on to become an All-Pro with the Miami Dolphins and was a member of their 1972 undefeated Super Bowl championship team. He's a member of the College Football Hall of Fame and the Colorado Sports Hall of Fame. This young man that we're going to give this award to reminds me of a former Bronco. A lot of you guys that are in the middle age, not as old as Ross Ailes and Coach Mack, but kind of in between that. Bill Romanowski was a tough, hard-nosed, throwback linebacker that played for the Denver Broncos, and he was just a tough, hard-nosed guy. And the guy that I'm presenting this award to me exemplifies that. He's tough, he's hard-nosed, Quick story, we were at the same barber shop one day, and I told the barber that was cutting his hair, because his hair was really long, I said, if you cut his hair off and give him a buzz cut, I'll pay you $20 extra. All right, and so somehow he had a buzz cut when he left that barber shop, and he still holds it against me. The winner of this award is Nate Landman.
I am Katie Basin, Director of Academics for Football, and I am here to present the Jim Hansen Award for Outstanding Academics. Jim Hansen was an all Big 8 conference offensive tackle. He won the William Campbell Award, or the Academic Heisman, in 1992, and was awarded a Rhodes Scholarship. The person who's winning this award today, I'm really excited to give it to him because the first couple years here in Boulder weren't super smooth for him. But now I'm really, really proud of where he is and where he's definitely going. In the spring of 2017, his term GPA was 2.3. Not very good. Fall of 17, his term GPA was a 3.6. He also was a double major in political science and economics. The winner is Jace Franke.